Welcome back to Paninka Predictions, everyone. We're back after the Champions League and Europa League midweek games, and in this video I'll be sharing with you my very best predictions for the upcoming Premier League and La Liga games. We've got Man U at home to Arsenal, Nottingham Forest are hosting Mancity, Liverpool vs Southampton, Barcelona vs Osasuna, plus a whole lot more. Just before we kick off our predictions this week, please take a second just to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. For those of you who don't know, I live on the Gold Coast in normally sunny Australia. But right now we're just 24 hours away from having a Category 2 or Category 3 cyclone land in our backyards. So that's a bit worrying, but I still wanted to record this video for you. So please, if you can guys, just subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. And hopefully, if things don't go too badly, I'll be back here again next week with another video for you all. Be sure to stick around to the end of this video as I'll be sharing with you my top 3 safest predictions for this weekend's football. And now, that being said, let's talk football. Our first game from the EPL this week sees Nottingham Forest at home against Manchester City. It's 3rd against 4th this weekend, and the boys from Nottingham will be hoping to exact some form of revenge on Man City after their 3-0 loss to them earlier on this season. Nottingham come into this game in pretty inconsistent form right now. They've had a draw and 2 losses in their last 3 games, and that has allowed City in 4th place to close that gap now to just 1 point. Man City come into this game with 2 wins and 1 loss from their last 3, and will they move to 2 points ahead of Nottingham this weekend, or will Nottingham Forest extend their lead to 4 points over Manchester City? City might be the slight favourites, but you just can't trust their backline, can you? I think Forest should be able to potentially score a goal in this game, maybe even 2. So, similar to the first game they played this season, I'm predicting a game with quite a few goals in it. It looks like it could end in a 2-1 scoreline to one team, but I just don't know which team it's going to be. So instead, for my prediction, I'm going for over 2.5 goals in the game between Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. Our next game is between 2 teams in very good form. It's Brighton and Hove Albion against Fulham. Both these teams have won 3 out of their last 4 games in the EPL, and this looks like a game that could have quite a few goals in it. All of Brighton's last 4 games had over 2.5 goals, and 3 out of Fulham's last 4 games also had over 2.5 goals. And when you also consider that Fulham have scored at least 2 goals in their last 6 EPL away games, including playing away at Liverpool and Chelsea, then you can definitely see goals in this one. However, instead of going for over 2.5 goals in this game, I'm just going to predict both teams to score. I can definitely see both teams getting a goal in here, and maybe someone will go on to score the winner, or maybe it's just going to end up in a 1-1 draw. Either way, my prediction for Brighton at home against Fulham is going to be for both teams to score. Next up, we have 2 teams on exact opposite ends of the table playing each other. It's first place Liverpool at home to very last place, and going down faster than your favourite Brazers actress, Southampton. Could this game provide the biggest upset of the Premier League so far? No chance. I'm literally giving Southampton 5/8 of chance to even get a point from this game. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games by a 4-goal margin, and the other game they lost by a 2-goal margin. And if Liverpool really want to, then the margin this weekend could be even worse for them. But considering Liverpool are in the middle of the knockout phase against PSG, and they're just so far in front in the league right now, they might be tempted to rest a few first team players for this game. And in that case, Southampton might only lose by 3. Either way, I think the safest prediction for this game is to go for a Liverpool home win and over 2.5 goals. I don't think it's a game that either team are really that excited about, and they're not really looking forward to it. Southampton because they got no chance and they're going to get whipped, and Liverpool because, like I said, they're in the middle of a Champions League tie against PSG. But I still think that Liverpool to win this game and for over 2.5 goals is the safest prediction for this weekend's game at Anfield. Next up, it's the Battle of the Blues. We have 2 teams desperate for the win here, but both for very different reasons. It's 5th place Chelsea hosting 2nd last place Leicester City. With Nottingham Forest in 3rd playing Man City in 4th, it's the perfect opportunity for Chelsea to get back into the top 4. They've had an inconsistent few weeks, but were lucky enough to play Southampton at home last weekend, and that really gave their confidence a shot in the arm. They'll be hoping for a similar result this weekend against the team that sits just above Southampton in the table, and I think they look the goods to get the 3 points here. Jamie Vardy, he might be in the mood for a party, and Leicester might get a goal in this one, but to no avail. I can see Chelsea getting a comfortable home win and scoring 2 or 3 against this Leicester side. So, my prediction to keep it a little bit safer here is for Chelsea at home to Leicester City this weekend is that Chelsea are going to score at least 2 goals in this game. And in my opinion, they'll probably score double that amount. How are you liking my predictions so far? Please leave me your predictions for Chelsea versus Leicester and any other games that you like this weekend down in the comments. Tottenham, they're facing Bournemouth this weekend in a game that looks like it could produce quite a few goals. Bournemouth are clearly the better team this season, and with the likes of Justin Kluivert, Semenyo and Evan Nielsen in their attack, they always look good to produce a goal or two against most teams, especially the teams stuck in the bottom half of the table. Tottenham seem to be finding their form again now slightly, as they've now won 3 out of their last 4 EPL games, and they should be confident of themselves being able to score at least 1 or 2 goals in this game as well. I do think that both teams will score in this game, and I do think there'll probably be a 3rd or even a 4th goal in this game. So my prediction for Tottenham versus Bournemouth is for over 2.5 goals. Manchester United are hosting Arsenal at Old Trafford in a very interesting and unique encounter this weekend. Interesting because Arsenal is by far the better of the two sides this season, by far, but right now they're also without any of their normal front 3 attackers. And mind you, without those attackers, they managed to smash 7 goals past PSV in the Champions League in midweek, and with 6 different goal scorers as well, and that to me is always a sign of a team that's playing really well together when there's loads of different scorers. And for Man U, well, things just keep going from worse to worse. They got knocked out of the FA Cup by Fulham last week. They're 14th in the league, and I mean, I just look at the names in the squad and I really can't find the answer to the problems in that team. I mean, where are the goals coming from? Who's giving the killer passes? I just don't see Man U improving anytime soon this season, and I really think that this weekend's game will attest to that fact. I can see Arsenal not only winning this game at Old Trafford, but scoring quite a few goals as well. However, once again, just to be on the safer side for my predictions, I'm going to go for Arsenal to score 2 or more goals away at Manchester United this weekend. What do you Man U supporters think? Please come out of your closets for a second and share with me your thoughts on your club's situation right now and your prediction for this game against the Gunners at home. Off to Spain now for some La Liga action. There are some really good games in La Liga this weekend, so let's start off with mis favoritos and league leaders Barcelona. They are at home against Osasuna. Barcelona right now, they're still 1 point ahead of Atletico Madrid, and they are now 3 points above Real Madrid in the table. And they'll be looking to extend their lead as they host 14th place Osasuna, but it's not going to be an easy one. Osasuna in their last 8 La Liga games have only lost 2 times, and they were both by minimal 1 goal margins. And one of those, as you can probably guess, was away against Atletico Madrid. And of course, you guys guessed it, the other one was away against... Nah, not Real Madrid. Why'd you think that? It was against Celta Vigo on their last away game. And on top of that, Osasuna, if you remember, they convincingly beat Barcelona 4-2 at home earlier in the season. So they will come here with a plan and with the confidence to try and take at least a point away from the league leaders. And to be honest, given Barcelona's vulnerability at their back in their away win against Benfica in midweek, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Osasuna finding the back of the net in this one. Barcelona, they're going to edge the possession and probably have more shots on goals at the end of the game, but I've got a sneaky feeling that Osasuna are going to cause Barca a few headaches this weekend. They are a very tough nut to crack when they set themselves up to defend for 90, 95, 100 minutes. And that's why my prediction for this week between Barcelona and Osasuna is for a home win for Barcelona and under 2.5 goals. It's a bit risky, I know, given the quality of the attack that Barcelona have. I just feel that this week they might find it a little bit harder to score so many goals. Next up, we have second place Atletico Madrid involved in another local derby as they travel away to take on 14th place Getafe. Atletico will want to get that 2-1 loss to Real Madrid in the Champions League behind them as quickly as possible as they try to keep up the pressure on Barcelona in first place in La Liga. Any slip-ups right now could really cost them a lot, with Real Madrid just 2 points behind them on the table. Getafe, they're quite an inconsistent team. They're capable of holding Barca to a 1-1 draw at home, but also capable of losing at home to the likes of Mallorca and Betis. No disrespect intended. They do tend to struggle when they face Atletico Madrid, and to be honest, I don't see this weekend being any different for them here. Getafe, they come into this game having lost their last 2 games in La Liga, and this week, I'm predicting that to become loss number 3. That is right. My prediction for Getafe at home to Atletico Madrid, I'm going for a straightforward Atletico Madrid away win. And I think it's staying very tight at the top of La Liga this weekend. Next up, in third place, we have Real Madrid at home against another Madrid City rival, Rayo Vallecano. Now, in the last 5 games between these two teams, Madrid have only won 1 time. Rayo Vallecano has also won 1 time, and there's been 3 draws between them. Could Rayo cause the biggest upset in La Liga this weekend? Let's find out. Now, in Real Madrid's last 5 La Liga games, how many times do you think they've won? 2 times, maybe 3, maybe even 4 times? Once. Una vez. That's it. They've had 2 draws, 2 losses, and only 1 win in the last 5 games, and that's why they've dropped from 1st down to 3rd. Now, aside from that making me very happy, what does that mean for Rayo Vallecano? Well, in their last 5 La Liga games, they've had 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. So just like Madrid, they're not playing at their best right now. So then, what does this mean? 2 teams not in good form. However, 1 team is Real Madrid and they're at home. And so for Rayo Vallecano, I think that means 0 points y pa casa. After beating Atletico Madrid at home in the Champions League and with Jude Bellingham back in their first team, anything but a Madrid win would come as a huge surprise to me, but a lovely one. But I can't see it happening. Rayo, they might get a goal in this game, but either Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vini Jr., Bellingham, or even the big man Rudiger from the back will come up with a winning goal for the home side. So my prediction for Real Madrid at home against Rayo Vallecano is going to be for Real Madrid to win and for there to be over 1.5 goals in this game. And to be perfectly honest, if I get this prediction wrong and it ends up in a 1-1 draw, I'll be very happy with that as well. So, do you think Madrid will get the win in this game? Which of the top 3 teams in Spain are most likely to drop points this weekend? Let me know your predictions down in the comments. So, from that amazing selection of games coming up this weekend, there are 3 predictions in particular that are really standing out for me, and these are my top 3 safest predictions for this weekend. My 3rd favourite prediction is for both teams scoring in the game between Brighton and Fulham. I really like this one, you get good odds for it too. My 2nd favourite prediction is for over 2.5 goals between Nottingham Forest and Mancity, and my favourite prediction this week comes from Manchester United versus Arsenal, where I see Arsenal scoring 2 or more goals away against Manchester United. Which of my top 3 predictions sounds safest to you? Let me know down in the comments, and let me know your top 3 predictions as well. Those are all my predictions for this weekend's upcoming EPL and La Liga games. Please have a safe week, everyone, especially to all of you in my neck of the woods. Enjoy the amazing football, get your predictions in, share this channel with all your footballing mates, and I'll see you all again, hopefully, very soon.